Hi there guys, and welcome to the period in between Christmas and New Year, which no one really knows what to call and what's going on. But I wanted just to catch up with you because I spoke to a few of you this week, either online or in person, about a few bits concerning moving into the next year, and just wanted to share some stuff with you, and to try to put together something that maybe a group of us or some of us or most of us can use going forwards into January. Now, first of all, just to share something with you, which I'm only doing just because I know it's a very real thing that happens to lots of people. No one really knows, but in a couple of weeks before Christmas, my dad passed away. My dad died, and I kept it quiet because I just kind of kept working and doing everything. And then we had the cremation on the 23rd of December, so the day before Christmas Eve. So I apologise first of all if I'm in any way not quite as on it as I would have been previously. I would never use that as an excuse, do you know what I mean? So I wanted to try and keep things going as full as possible. But I just wanted to explain it because prior to that I was quite on it with this programme that I was going to launch in January, working with 3 people for 6 months. And someone actually, Graham Harris, messaged me today, totally unrelated, and said, "Oh, what's happening with this program that you're starting?" And so I thought I was planning to film this video anyway, so I thought I'd kind of reference that in this and kind of talk a little bit about something that I'm going to do and a few people are going to do with me to begin with, just for January. And what it is I've got 3 lovely new notebooks for Christmas or near Christmas. This one was Batman one, a Moleskine, lovely one, given to me by a guy called Ben Bradbury, who runs his own gym, and I helped him a few years back. He came and saw me and he sent that to me in the post. So I got that lovely one, this lovely one, the Punisher as well. Notebooks are fantastic. You need notebooks. And then this one, which was great, which is a kettlebell notebook, which was from Sue Bell, and Ian Bell got me for Christmas, which is great. So the first thing is, what I would like you to try and do is get a notebook. I mean, I've kept training diaries for years, although in the last year I've kind of stopped doing that, which sometimes things work so well, for some reason you just kind of stop doing them, and there's no real reason why you stop doing them because they were really good, but you just kind of get out of the habit of doing it. So that's one thing that I'm going to do. So what I was going to say was, I'm filming this or recording this for you on Tuesday the 29th of December, okay? So some of you will already now be starting to think about the new year and stuff. I recommend listening to the podcast that I did, the Health Oddity podcast that went out on Christmas Day, which I have shared a link in this group. It's called Merry Christmas, I think, the podcast, but we start talking about reflecting on the year gone by, and planning for the year ahead, okay? So what I'm going to do is for January, I'm going to set myself some kind of like a challenge, but not really a challenge. I don't like New Year's resolutions as such, because I think that if you listen to the podcast, we talk about it. I think they're usually made in a knee-jerk reaction to feeling bad over Christmas. There's not usually a hell of a lot of thought behind them, and they're usually based around giving something up or stopping doing something. Which again, if you listen to the podcast, you'll hear that in a lot more detail. But what I'm more interested in is creating some kind of challenge, but again, not a big sort of total transformation challenge in the next 4 or 8 weeks. It's got to be a lot more sustainable and a lot more subtle than that. And the other thing that I want to try and do is, so you've got this concept of challenge, this idea of habits, this idea of notes, notebooks, and recording things again, and setting yourself some goals. Now, what I like to try and do, or what I'm going to do this year, and I've done previously, is set myself kind of like a big, almost like a theme goal for the year, okay? So you've got an overarching umbrella idea of what you want to achieve or how you want your life to be 12 months from now. And it doesn't have to be massively specific. For me, one of the big goals is going to be get stronger, okay? So get stronger over the next year. And on a kind of a personal, financial, kind of organisational level, is to be more in control of my finances, to have paid off some debts, to be more in control, to have really reduced spending, to not to be flippant with any spending, to be really kind of controlled in that way. So it's not all about training. It's kind of about training, lifestyle, But also, if you have other stresses coming at you from other angles, it could be anything, you know, relationship or finance or business or health or whatever it is, then if you have those stresses, they will impact every area of your life. So it's just trying to kind of work that out. Now, so what I want you to do, this, I'm not going to cover everything. I'm literally just going to wrap up in a minute, okay? But what I want you to try and do is, if you want to do this, if you're interested in doing this, is get a notepad or a notebook. Now, I recommend something that's about A5 size, yeah? And something, if possible, that's a little bit kind of hard wearing, because if you're going to be using this potentially for the next year or the next 6 months or the next 3 months, and you're going to be opening it every day and writing in it, it doesn't want to be something the pages are going to fall out and you're going to kind of get disorganized, okay? So some kind of notebook that you're going to need. And then think of a theme for the year. Now, I've spoke to a number of you in the last few days. You know, I can think of, you know, Paul Anderson, Yana, Alex, Paul Field, Lauren I messaged the other day. You know, we need something to focus on. Myself and Guillaume and Paul Southgate are going to be doing this as well. So a kind of a theme. How do you want to be 12 months from now? You know, we're coming out the back of a really strange year, and 2021, you know, maybe, you know, even if it's the same as this, it won't be as bad because we know what to expect. So, you know, we're coming out the back of a strange year. But one thing that I really do feel is that whatever goes on outside with you know, restrictions, pandemics, whatever, you're still in massive control of your own life and your own destiny and what you do on a day-to-day basis, and you've got that personal power. So I'm going to kind of wrap up now, leave it there. I will do another one tomorrow to talk more, but first thing, try and find yourself a nice notepad, okay? And if you want to do something like this, and then start thinking about a theme for the year to begin with. And then we can work more on that. And again, apologies if last few weeks leading up to Christmas I maybe wasn't quite where I should have been. And again, don't need to comment about anything. I don't need any, you know, don't want any, you know, it just wanted to let you know, because these things happen. Lots of people have, you know, something going in their life, and it'll derail you for a couple of weeks maybe. But the important thing is that it doesn't derail you for 6 months, 12 months or whatever, you know, and you learn from it and you move on. Yep. Okay, cool. Have a fantastic day, guys. Stay safe, stay strong, stay festive. I'm still wearing my skiing jumper here, and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Okay, brilliant. Take care, guys. Bye.